This time I will share with you how Tesla owners can save their money without investing what is the Band-Aid, because this is a semi-finished solution, what's called Coolant Elite. It is really important to mention that induction motors tend really to overheat and to kill the ball bearings. So what you think that you will solve the problem of coolant leak, you made the second problem of the rotor and bearing overheat. There is a second solution. If you want to make the Band-Aid solution for some permanent, let's say, amount of time, it is possible to drill the whip hole. But the problem is you need to make it on the car without disassembly, and now we will show you how to do it. Let's say you have some angle of 35 degrees. So I will show you what you need to watch out. You need to make it on the angle so the hole gets outside almost near the encoder teeth, but you cannot damage the teeth. So it is really important to watch and go slowly. Second problem is the hole which Tesla made in some later revisions. You can see it here. If it leaks, it goes directly into the stator. So what we use, we remove the sensor on the vehicle, and with the finger we use and put the glue on that hole, so we prevent leakage to the stator like this. And you have a hole here, so if the Teflon seal leaks, it will go outside, so it will completely prevent the damage of the stator. So guys, don't use expensive Coolant Elite. Use the whip hole, close the hole here, and enjoy the drive. So, my dear followers, I know that you were waiting for part 2 on large drive unit topic. Almost more than 1.5 years passed, and a lot of things happened in between. I was testing new prototype stator with slightly more cross section of the phase windings, with some new thermal conductive epoxy and everything else. I was really testing what are capabilities if we can improve the stator. So what I have encountered, that I have only a better range only on the high speed, because I think that heat dissipation and optimized windings have less power dissipation, so the range is slightly higher on the high speed driving. I already made something around, I think 70,000, more than 70,000 kilometers. Right now it's 421,000, and in the meantime, after I made something around 50,000 kilometers, I swapped base drive unit to the performance one, so I have P100 drive unit. And let me explain what we have done and what we have tested. The most important thing what I want to mention, that we really tested what we claim. So we never claim something to test, we first test, then we claim. If we remember that Hans-Jörg Gemming with his 2 million kilometer Tesla, he arrived to the EV clinic in June 2023 with 1,800,000 kilometers, and right now he has 2,254,000 kilometers. That means he made almost 500,000 kilometers with the new refurbished drive unit in the EV clinic. We stopped repeated failure of his drive units because he changed 13 of them, and this is the first time when he has one drive unit which is not failing. We had plenty of questions on some different topics which we need to cover. For example, a lot of other workshops, for example, try to repair a flooded drive unit, and they fail to do that because there is a problem that Tesla Reman, you can see Reman, stators are are shitty quality beyond imagination. So they tend to fail even without flubbing. For example, this stator is from Italy, customer from Italy. He had a battery defect and we found out isolation issue, and this stator failed. Minimum should be around 400 mega ohms of isolation, and this one starts with 10. So when you put 3 phases to the inverter, it splits by 3. That means isolation on the car was 1.5 mega ohms, which is not enough, and triggered external isolation. Right now we have 2 production lines for the stator, and we installed something between 60 and 70 units, I think, something around that. This one is fully refurbished and above 4 mega ohm of isolation. It is really interesting which we have encountered, that the stator with the low isolation, they have a tendency to kill the jack shaft bearing 7207, and because rotor discharge current through the ball bearings, and those are ceramic one, this one and this one, but this one is not ceramic. So if the stator is with the low quality isolation, you have issue with the metal ball bearings. So in some cases we had customers with Reman drive unit, which was perfect stator. Drive unit failed after 1 year. After we refurbished everything, but the stator failed even without coolant ingress or anything else. So now when we analyze the stator, and if we see that it is Reman, we suggest the customer that we should change the stator, because it will fail prematurely, and it's better to prevent those type of failures, because there is a towing cost, there is 2 times of labor and everything else. So this is example why in some cases it is important to have a vertical integrated part supply. So we are capable to do anything, and I will explain later what is this for. And so during complete try and fail process for the last 3 years, so we have seen almost everything. And the most critical part is to prevent the stator overheat and rotor overheat, because the rotor and stator overheat will damage the ball bearings, not only on the ceramic side, but even on the jack shaft inside the gearbox. So that's why we don't do the coolant delete, and we do not support it, and we do not allow it in our workshop. This is semi-finished solution. It's a band-aid solution, because this drive unit deserves to be better. If Tesla failed to do it, to make it better, we won't. We proved that with Hans-Jörg Gemmingen vehicle. We proved that with his mileage already done, that we can make it better. And that's why it is important that we mention it's not always solution to have, for example, all the spare parts, but there is a complete process which we have inside the EVC Academy to successfully start and finish drive unit remanufacturing. If you want to do something to prevent the failure of the drive unit for some permanent time, what we mentioned, you should make the whip hole, which end up on the edge of this step. So if it leaks, it will leak outside, and if there is a hole here behind the sensor, you should seal the hole. So if it leaks inside, do failed Teflon seal, it will go outside, and you will notice that MCU reports there is a low coolant level. That means you should completely refurbish the drive unit. Why I'm telling this? Because I am the one who is in contact with all the customers, and I feel their pain, and I know how painful situation can be when the drive unit fails. I know it's expensive in Tesla. Tesla increased the price to 5,000 euros plus tax, and I know that our process and our manufacturing is not cheap. But this is only sustainable way to do it right, to make it reliable, more reliable than Tesla did it. Because those induction motors are one of the best and the most serviceable, but you need to know what you are doing and you need the spare parts. That's why just to be clear, we assembled LDU Holy Grail EVC repair kit not just for customers. We made it primarily for our workshop, because when my employee starts to refurbish the drive unit, he takes complete kit with tested parts, and he has everything, so he don't need to ask us to order any of those individual parts. He takes the box and starts the car immediately. What a lot of people are doing, they are ordering some other kits. I know they are expensive and they have everything, but the most critical part is this rotor seal surface. Tesla made a mistake using the Teflon one, and I don't know why, but there was already good solution which we are using now, and that's you will see the difference in coloring. This is graphite seal, which can withhold almost 20 bar of pressure and almost all type of chemicals. But the important thing about this seal, it's the surface friction. Tesla made a mistake. Maybe they don't know, but they made a mistake. They tried to reduce the surface friction not with 3-lip seal, but using the 1-lip seal to reduce the friction and overheat of the slipping surface on the rotor. But that was not enough, and that's why you can see the friction damages the surface on the rotor. So with our solution, the surface tension friction is almost 2 or 3 times less. And this is the surface how it should look like before you apply any type of seal. And this seal, it's dual lip, and it has less surface friction, so it prevents overheat of the rotor surface. With this seal, we didn't have any recalls or warranty returns, but those type of 3-lip seal, which Tesla used in the beginning, you see how big the touching surface is on those type of seals. And those seals are damaging the rotor, and at the end it damages it so highly, so deeply, that it starts leaking the coolant inside the stator. With our kit, you have everything. I know those SKF ball bearings are easy to find, and they are commercial one. But for example, oil seal on the half shafts is possible to order from Tesla, but you can order only 2 pieces, and you need to VIN number, and every time you need to pay the shipping 20 euros. Second thing is motor mount for the gearbox, which it was not possible to order more than 2 pieces, and when we have 5-6 cars here, we almost always wait for parts, and sometimes they do not have it on stock, so we started our own production of the motor mounts. One of the last seals was the gearbox seal, oil seal, located here, and we couldn't find any high quality parts, so we started production of our own. There was some Chinese copy of seal, but it's really hard to get it, and they don't have it on stock. So that's all, guys. If you want to prevent the failure, if you want band-aid solution, make the whip hole. But to make full solution, you need to have all of those parts. This is prototype mill for the workshops which we are designing. We are designing now the electric motor on this side, small one, 24 volts, to rotate the rotor, so we can polish, grind, mill, and polish on this side, so we can make glass finish surface, so we don't need to lose time with manually rotating the rotor and polishing by hand. So our mechanic, our engineer, will push the button, rotor will start rotating, and it will automatically polish the rotor. And if you noticed, Tesla had several revisions of those drive units, and this is interesting. This is second and third generation of the rotor, which is completely different. This is probably some different supplier. This is the first generation, which was supplied, I think, from USA, maybe AC Propulsion Company. And what we noticed with those old rotors, if you can find it, they have a little bit more of power and accelerate a little bit faster than the new one. So this is full solution, and this is the only solution which we offer to our customers, and that's why to all of our customers we give two years of warranty and unlimited mileage, because we can.